James Comey was one of the worst, right? When we think about all the bad stuff that happened, and there was plenty of it, you think about what Comey did, and it was outrageous. I just want to, reiterate that. But the good news is we have some of the information now being revealed thanks to Lindsay Halligan's office. This is a really important story, and it's getting kind of overlooked in light of all the other stuff that's been going on. I want to get to that, guys, because I think that you got to understand that Comey's notes, those personal notes, are seemingly incriminating him in a way that, I don't think maybe he did anticipate that this was going to happen. Did you see this one? I know it's hard to read, but it's on FBI stationery. Oh, look at that. It has his title, Director of the FBI. And you're looking at these scribbles. This is exhibit number 13. And well, fortunately, there's somebody who's really good at interpreting handwriting. And they put a piece out on Twitter saying, basically what this all says is undermine HRC, confidence in the system. HRC plans to hit Trump, HRC health. Kerry's going to go after Trump finance, debts to Moscow. Like, he didn't even have any debt. I mean, his banker was Deutsche Bank. That would be Germany. He didn't have any relationship with Moscow. I mean, the whole thing was made up. And they were trying to contact journalists to say, oh, you know what? Let's make sure that we get out the word. I mean, it's really, truly, absolutely unbelievable what went down. They were talking about how they could get all this news out. And by the way, they did. Look at this one. You get some emails. This is to David Charles Richmond, and this is from Reinhold Niebuhr, 7. Reinhold Niebuhr, nice little German name that James Comey decided to go by. And they're talking about the New York op-ed page, and whether or not they need him to write something. Oh, because of course you can just place it in the New York op-ed page, right? Because we get all our friends. Maybe that's all that global USAID money. I don't know, but they got lots of friends in the New York Times. They can put anything where they want to put it. And he's saying, hey, this law professor, do you need me to do anything? He was, by the way, on the payroll of the FBI, Comey's friend. And then Comey, AKA Reinhold Niebuhr, says, no need. At this point, it would be shouting into the wind. Someday they will figure it out. And as Jack and so point out, my decision will be one President-elect Clinton will be grateful for, although that wasn't why I did it. Okay. So there's some stuff going on. There's all these, by the way, texts that they found where James Comey, after he said, oh no, I would never tell anybody to leak to the press, despite the fact that, he admitted at some point that yes, indeed, he did ask his friend from Columbia University to plant a story in the New York Times because he wanted to make sure he got a special prosecutor involved in the Russia thing, which everybody knew was fake. Go back to the meeting, and we've been through all this before. I don't want to keep repeating myself over and over again. Hopefully you've been watching this show a lot and you know the whole drill, but Tulsi has revealed all of this. They had a meeting after, this was after Trump won in December of 2015 in the Obama Oval Office. They got everybody together and they decided to change the tune. So they went from, Russia did not steal the election to all of a sudden Russia stole it and he's an illegitimate president. And so they had to put all this into place. And so there's all these text messages that were going back and forth between, what was his name? I got to go back to that German name. What was that again, guys? Reinhold Niebuhr. I mean, if you're going to pick a name, right? And anyway, so Reinhold is talking to his friend Daniel Richmond, a.k.a. Michael Garcia. I guess he went with kind of a more normal name. And they're planning this whole thing out. And they've got all these records. And this is all courtesy of Lindsay Halligan and the U.S. Attorney's Office there in Virginia. It's all coming out. And he's saying, she can't prosecute me because she's a beauty queen. No, he didn't really say that, but that's what the Daily Beast and some of these liberal publications are actually saying. Don't pick on us beauty queens, by the way. You're looking at Miss New Hampshire from a long time ago. But anyway, Lindsay Halligan is steamrolling in there, and she doesn't have the proper certification or the proper sign-off or the kinds of things that you would normally have, right? From the U.S. Attorney's Office, you have to get like the Senate to weigh in on that and to confirm her. Well, they haven't confirmed her, but that doesn't mean she can't do things. And now Pam's talking about, well, okay, well, I'll rubber stamp it all because you guys aren't going to play that game. That's what they're just trying to play technicalities here. It doesn't change the fact that we get all these text messages. Yes, courtesy of Lindsay. Exhibit 10, if you would. And this is the same guy who told us he didn't do any of this stuff, remember? Called tape.
Director Comey, have you ever been an anonymous source in news reports about matters relating to the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation?
Never.
Have you ever authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports about the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation?
No. I needed to get that out into the public square. And so I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. Didn't do it myself for a variety of reasons, but I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel.
And there we have it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry. There's a little too much there to be able to just sweep this one under the rug. And so I think that Comey's indictment is a big deal, and it probably will go to trial. And you could probably anticipate that Brennan might be in the works. And I'm still hearing Adam Schiff's name. We know Bolton has also been indicted. I mean, this is a big deal, guys. And of course, Letitia James. So it is. It's not going to end. It's not going to end anytime soon.